Hi friends, this video is meant for presiding officers who are going to work in the election booth. I won't say these are all instructions or responsibilities for presiding officers. I would like to say these are all 10 commandments for presiding officer. Though there are so many responsibilities for presiding officers, the most important areas where they have to concentrate, otherwise it will lead to fatal consequences. Such responsibilities I would like to say as 10 commandments here. Let us say the first one is conducting mock poll very quickly and fairly 1 hour before the actual poll. If there is no mock poll, then it means there is no election in that booth. So it is very important to conduct mock poll, but remember to clear the votes before and after mock poll. This is very important. If you don't clear the votes and start the mock poll, there will be a difference when you tally the votes after mock poll. In the same way, once mock poll is over, you have to clear the votes and make the total 0. Then only it will be ready for actual poll. Otherwise, the result will not be tallied. The entry between 17A and the machine entry, control unit entry will be differing. So don't forget to clear votes before and after mock poll. Then the most important duty of the presiding officer is tallying the votes in the mock poll. And not only in the mock poll, during the actual poll also they have to tally. But here let us see, if only you tally the votes in mock poll, it means that the EVM is functioning properly. The election is a genuine one. So tallying the votes is very important. For that you can note down the number of votes cast by each agent for their particular candidate. Next, you have to conduct the mock poll 1 hour before the actual poll starting time. But in most of the booths, the agents may come late. So if the agents come late, you have to wait only for 15 minutes. If there are at least 2 agents from 2 different parties, one agent from one party, another agent from one party, I mean more than one agent is available there, now you can start the mock poll. Otherwise you have to wait for 15 minutes. After that you need not wait for anybody. You can start the mock poll. Don't forget to unlock VVPAT at the rear side before starting the mock poll. And remember, polling agents of at least 2 candidates to be present at the time of mock poll. If they are not available, then wait for 15 minutes only. Don't wait for half an hour or 40 minutes, then you cannot start the actual poll on time. Even then no agent comes, presiding officer may conduct mock poll and mention the same in mock poll certificate. Next, there should be minimum 50 votes cast during the mock poll. That's mandatory. Again, you have to conduct mock poll. Suppose CU or BU are not working properly during the actual poll. Imagine during the actual poll, suppose CU is with an complaint or ballot unit is with an complaint. You have to conduct mock poll again while the machines are replaced. But no mock poll if VVPAT alone is not working properly, because that will alone be replaced. And rubber stamp seal on the back of each paper slip used during the mock poll is a very very important one. That means during the mock poll, the paper slips falling into the drop box in the VVPAT should be collected. On the back side of each paper slip, you have to put the rubber stamp seal. This is mock poll slip, like that. Then presiding officer and agent's signature should be in 3 places during the mock poll. One place in black cover. Actually, after collecting the paper slips, putting the seal, after collecting the paper slips printed during the mock poll, and after keeping those paper slips inside the black envelope, and that should be signed by presiding officer and agents. Then this particular black envelope, that should be kept inside a plastic box. That box should be sealed with a pink paper. There also presiding officer and agent should sign. And then finally in mock poll certificate also presiding officer and agent should sign. So number and name of the polling station and number and name of the assembly constituency to be written in all these 3 places mentioned above. Okay, that's very important. Black paper envelope to be sealed with the presiding officer's seal. They will give a separate seal. You have to use it. And take note of mock poll and actual poll start and end time in your presiding officer's diary. Suppose the control unit time varies from the actual time, then take note of both. Record it in presiding officer's diary. So this is all about mock poll. Mock poll is an important crucial step that should be conducted very promptly, quickly before the given time. Why we are saying quickly? Because 7 o'clock exactly, by 7 o'clock you have to start the actual poll. So at least 15 minutes before or 20 minutes before you have to complete mock poll, so that the very next important step, sealing the machines and getting ready for actual poll, can be done. That's what we are going to see as the second commandment. So what is the second commandment for a presiding officer? This is very very important. Seal control unit and VVPAT properly after the mock poll. For that you have to take maximum of 15 minutes. Before that you have to complete. So 6 o'clock if you start mock poll, what is the time given for mock poll? Mock poll we have mentioned 40 minutes time. So 6 o'clock to 6:40 mock poll time, you can fix it. Then 15 minutes, 6:40 to 6:55, you have to complete sealing the control unit and VVPAT properly. The presiding officer's signature should be below the serial number of green paper seal, and agent signature should also be there as in the appointment letter. Okay, remember, while you are sealing, you are first going to use the green paper seal. This green paper seal is to be inserted in the inner side of the inner compartment door, that is result section door. Once you insert this green paper seal, after closing that door, the serial number to be visible outside. It should be visible outside. Remember, there are 4 protections for this CU and VVPAT. So the very first protection for inner compartment is a green paper seal. So serial number of paper seal used to be noted down by presiding officer and agents to be entered in item number 3 part 1 of form 17C. This also should be remembered by you. The same serial number of green paper seal should be mentioned in the form 17C part 1 item number 3. So after inserting that green paper seal, close the inner compartment door, and the very next one is left side there will be close compartment, close button compartment. It is called as very small close button compartment. There you have to use special tag of postcard thickness, and here you have to seal with wax and preceding officer's seal, and this is the second protection for inner compartment. So first protection green paper seal, second protection is a special tag. Then after sealing with a special tag, and you are going to close that door, remember back side of the special tag signature of preceding officer and agents should be there, and close the outer cover of the result section. Now you have to seal with the address tag, wax and preceding officer's seal. So this is the third sealing. So first thing green paper seal, second special tag for close button, nearby close button. Then third one is for the outer cover, you have to seal with the address tag, and here you have to use wax and preceding officer seal. This is the third protection. Then finally you are going to use one seal. That seal is called strip seal, extending up to 23.5 inches length and 1 inch width, and it has pre-gummed A, B, C, D sections. And remember, A, B, D only will be in the inner side and C will be in the outer side. So first, how to use this, you have to remember this is going to be used around the control unit. A, B, C, D to be used just below the rubber cap of close button. Remember this, otherwise evening you cannot close the pole. So it should be below the rubber cap of close button, and it should come around the control unit and over the outer cover from left to right, like that. So here also preceding officer's signature should be below the serial number of strip seal, and agent signatures should be nearby as in the appointment letter of agents. Okay, no new agent should sign there. And next, how to use the strip seal. This is very important. Only 4 steps. Step 1, keep A on the outer cover nearby the green paper seal. First keep A in the strip seal on the outer cover. Then remove wax paper. Fold bottom layer of green paper seal and paste it. This is the step 1. So bottom layer of green paper seal is pasted with A. Then step 2, remove wax paper on B. Paste on the same folded bottom green paper seal layer. Remove wax paper on C. Fold and paste the upper layer of the green paper seal over C. Next step 4. Bring the strip seal from left to right around the control unit, but below the rubber cap of close button. Then finally remove the wax paper and paste D. So this is sealing the control unit with the strip seal. And next you have to seal lower part, that is empty box of VVPAT with address tag and wax. But remember, there should be no paper slip left inside the VVPAT box. Nothing is remaining inside. You have to check it thoroughly. And start the poll exactly on time. 7 o'clock means exactly 7 o'clock you have to start. This is very important. second commandment of presiding officer. Then what is the third commandment? Tallying number of votes periodically as well as at the end of the poll. Every 1 hour or 2 hour as instructed, you have to tally the votes in control unit and in the register of voters, that is 17A, and report it to the zonal officer as well as through the PMS app, poll monitoring system app. You should install this app in advance. From the previous day onwards, you have to report to the zonal officer. From the very beginning of reaching the polling booth up to the end of the poll, you have to periodically report. But here the most important thing is you have to tally the number of votes periodically. You have to now and then check by pressing the total button in the control unit, also checking the 17A with the polling officer number 2. So at the closing time also you have to tally. So closing time there is another important work. You have to issue signed slip as token from the last person standing in queue. You have to come out of the booth and see 5 minutes before how many people are there. You have to issue slip signed by you starting from serial number 1, but the serial number 1 token should be given to the last person standing in the queue, so that no new person can join the queue and vote. So exactly during the closing time you have to follow this. Then when no voter is left, tally before pressing the close button. Tally first the number of votes in the control unit as well as in 17A. If it is tallied, then press close button, and after tallying press close button. Total number of votes found in CU, that means control unit, to be recorded in item number 6 part 1 of form 17C. In form 17A you have to do one important work. After the close of poll, you have to inform to the zonal officer by PMS app, poll monitoring system app, and in form 17A, that is register of voters, in that register, after the last entry, you have to draw a line and write the serial number of the last entry is in this form 17A is, you have to mention the serial number. Dash la you have to mention the serial number. That means beyond this serial number, no vote is accounted here. This is the last vote serial number. You have to mention that. Put your signature and get signatures of agents also. Then you have to keep control unit, ballot unit and VVPAT in their carrying cases. Seal with address tag, wax and presiding officer seal. If control unit is not to be sealed in the carrying case immediately, wait for the zonal officer who may come and verify the total. After that he will permit you to seal with the address tag the control unit carrying case. So the fourth important commandment for presiding officer is ensure the secrecy of voting by voters and fairness of poll. This is mostly stressed during the election. This is the important responsibility for presiding officer. He has to frequently ensure this particular thing. For that, these points are important. Don't set up voting compartment near window or door or in such a way visible to others. Even though it is closed window, backside the window through hole somebody may watch to which candidate the vote is cast. So don't set up voting compartment near window or door. It should not be visible to anybody. No person to go to voting compartment except voters. Even if presiding officer goes, PRO goes, only along with the agents. That too, when the voting machine is tampered, you suspect that it is tampered, not working properly, or during test voting. What is test voting? We are going to see next. So that time also PRO should not go alone. He should go along with the agent so that there will be no suspicion, no room for any suspicion. The cable connecting control unit and ballot unit not to be covered or hidden, concealed under the table, but to be visible to all. Everybody should be able to see that. Next, the voter casting vote and the ballot unit not to be seen by anybody from any place. It should not be visible to anyone to which candidate a particular voter is casting vote and which button is pressed in the ballot unit. Ballot unit also not to be seen. Okay. Then you have to remove photos, posters of leaders in the booth if any. That is also an important step to ensure the fairness of the poll. Mobile phone strictly not allowed to anybody except presiding officers inside the booth. That too is only for reporting purpose. Next, fifth commandment for presiding officer is apply Rule 49MA if VVPAT complaint arises. This is called a test vote. That means an elector goes to the voting compartment. He makes a complaint that I cast a vote to this candidate, but in the VVPAT the slip shows the symbol and name of some other candidate. So the VVPAT is not working properly. Like that, if an elector makes a complaint, then what you should do? First, you should get a written declaration signed by him. That is, what I say is true. If it is proved wrong, I will be penalized. Then permit the voter to cast a test vote. Then only what you should do? You have to make second entry in the same 17A register for that voter, and you have to go to the voting compartment along with the agents, and now you should ask the same elector to cast vote, and you should observe the VVPAT slip. What the elector told is true or not. You have to check it. If the complaint is true, the machine is not working properly, then you have to stop the poll immediately and inform RO. If the complaint is false, that means the machine is working properly, the elector has told wrongly, abdina, continue the poll and record in 17A the serial number and name of the candidate of the test vote. And the person can also be handed over to police. So you have to get signature of the elector nearby in the 17A register. Mention the same test vote in part 1 of form 17C. So this kind of situation may arise, but you have to give a warning to the voter first. His complaint should be genuine. Next, sixth important commandment for presiding officer is apply Rule 49O if an elector refuses to vote or leaves wantonly without voting. That means some electors intentionally or just at that moment they may decide not to vote. That means they enter the booth, they sign in the register of voters also. Then they say that no, I am not willing to vote. If they say like that, we should not compel them. We have to apply the Rule 49O. After getting signature in the register of voters in 17A, if an elector refuses to vote, don't compel him. Put remarks refused to vote or left without voting in 17A, and it should be signed by PRO and by the elector. The same should be recorded in 49O in item number 3 of part 1 of 17C. So in form 17C also, item number 3 la you have to mention this. You need not change the serial number of the elector in 17A. But while tallying the number of votes polled, you have to minus this particular count so that it will be tallied. The ballot unit button in control unit is pressed for such voter. Suppose you have pressed the ballot unit also. That means ballot unit button in the control unit you have pressed for such voter, then the voter says I am not willing to vote. So the ballot unit will be ready now. So after leaving that voter, the next voter may be directly sent to the voting compartment, because already you have pressed the control unit button. Now the ballot unit is ready, so no need to press again. If such unwilling elector happens to be the last elector during the close of poll, then remember control unit should be switched off, VVPAT to be disconnected. Again switch on the control unit, then only you can press the close button. Otherwise you cannot press the close button, because ballot unit button in control unit is switched on. So the ballot unit will be ready for voting. So you cannot press the close button if the last voter is unwilling to vote. So in that case, the only choice, switch off the control unit, then VVPAT should be disconnected, then switch on control unit again, and then press close button. So next you have to apply Rule 49M if an elector violates secrecy of voting. So if an elector, after coming to the voting compartment, he says for whom he is casting the vote, that is a violation of secrecy of voting. Or he starts canvassing inside the booth. So any such a thing happens now, you should not permit the elector to vote. Or the elector is trying to tamper the ballot unit or VVPAT. He is standing for a long time, he is doing something playfully, then he is violating the election procedures. So he should not be permitted to vote. That time you have to consider this case as 49M. And if so that's what he are seeing here. If an elector tries to tamper the ballot unit or VVPAT, or if an elector violates voting procedure, or if an elector refuses to follow the instructions of the polling officers, or if an elector violates the secrecy of voting, apply Rule 49, not 19, 49M. Apply the Rule 49M, and the elector not to be allowed to vote. Then you have to mention not allowed to vote or voting procedure violated in the remarks column of 17A, and record the same in 49M in item number 3 part 1 of 17C. Okay. Next important commandment, that is the 8th commandment. Apply Rule 49P if an elector's vote is already cast by somebody else. This is what we say tendered votes. That means an elector comes to the booth, it is found that his vote is already cast by somebody. Then in that case, even then his vote is already cast. If he is a genuine elector, it is verified, confirmed, then we should give him a chance to vote through tendered paper, ballot paper. We should not allow him to vote through EVM. So apply Rule 49P, verify the identity of the present elector carefully. If his identity is verified, allow him to vote in tendered ballot papers, not in EVM. Maintain complete record of such electors in 17B and get his signature also in column number 5 of 17B. So we are going to use here not 17A. It is a separate register of voters, that is 17B. How to cast this kind of vote? Give him a tendered ballot paper and inked arrow cross mark rubber stamp, and he will take it to the voting compartment and he will put the seal, and then he will fold that tendered ballot paper, put it inside the cover. That cover will be brought to the presiding officer. He has to seal it. We have to maintain an account of tendered ballot papers in item number 9, part 1 of form 17C. Next, commandment 9. Use form 14 or annexure 16 if an elector's identity is challenged. It can be challenged in two ways. In one way, the elector may be from AST list, or the challenge may be brought from the agent. He is not that particular person. Like that, he may challenge the identity of the elector. If an elector's identity is challenged by the polling agent, you have to get a declaration from the elector in form 14 and ask him to sign, collect 2 rupees from the agent with a receipt, and return the amount if his charge is true. Then hand over the person to police along with the complaint as in annexure 6. So, what we should do, if an elector's identity is questioned by the agent, we have to conduct a summary inquiry. First, the agent should prove he is not that person. Then the voter should prove he is the actual person as in the electoral roll. If the elector is proving his identity, we can permit him to vote. If the identity is proved, allow the elector to vote and don't refund the 2 rupees to the agent. If an elector is from AST list, that is absentees, shifted and dead voters list, usually no person will come from this list. If an elector comes from this list, then we have to carefully verify his identity. If his identity is challenged, get a declaration as in annexure 16. If his identity is proved, allow to vote and get both signature and thumb impression in 17A. Only for this case, AST list voters candidate, we have to get both signature and thumb impression, not for any other elector. Then the last commandment for presiding officer. Here we are listing the most important do's and don'ts. You see, these are all very, very important. If you miss any one of these instructions, if you don't do or if you do wrongly, then it will lead to fatal consequences. See the first one, check whether the control unit, ballot unit and VVPAT belong to your booth and properly function. Whether the battery condition is good. Then you have to connect control unit to the VVPAT, the VVPAT to the ballot unit 1, then ballot unit 1 to the ballot unit 2, ballot unit 2 to ballot unit 3, and so on. If there is only one ballot unit, no problem. So this is very important. If it is not working properly, immediately you have to report to the zonal officer, returning officer. You have to get it replaced. Finding it in the very next day morning will lead to fatal consequences. So don't forget to report through PMS app periodically. This is very important. After reaching the polling station, you have to send a SMS. After collecting the materials, you have to send a message. The very next day, after conducting mock poll, you have to send a message. You have to report through PMS app. So, periodically you have to report. Don't forget to switch off the control unit in 2 times on the previous day. After checking the machine, don't forget to switch off, otherwise the battery will dry. Next day it will be a problem. Another situation, you completed mock poll, then you are going to seal, then that time you have to switch off. Without switching off control unit, don't seal. It will lead to some problems. If the wax drops into the close button or somewhere, then it will not, the machine will not function properly. Next, ensure that a contesting candidate supporting election booth to be 200 meters away. Ensure that no cell phones, wireless sets are allowed up to 100 meters. Then fill the plastic box with sand for keeping indelible ink so that it won't spill over. This is also a very important thing you can do on the previous day itself. A small plastic box will be given, fill it with sand up to 75% for keeping the ink bottle on the next day. Otherwise it may spill it over, then you cannot continue the election. And don't wait for the agents even after 15 minutes for the mock poll. The delay means delay in commencement of poll. You will be questioned by so many people. The agents will not be answerable for this situation. Then don't forget to clear votes before and after mock poll. If you don't clear, everything will become a problem. And don't press close button after sealing during the morning time. Morning time, before the actual poll, you will conduct mock poll, then you will seal. After sealing, just the cap should be there over the close button. You should not press the close button. Once you press close button by mistake, or during any time during the election, if you press close button by mistake, then no vote can be cast. The election cannot be continued. It will lead to very serious issue. So everything should be unsealed and then resealed after checking the result morning. It will lead to a lot of waste of time. So don't touch close button up to evening till you close the poll. Ensure there is no mock poll paper slip in the VVPAT box before sealing for the actual poll. Before sealing the VVPAT, you have to check this particular thing. There is no paper slip, mock poll paper slip inside the VVPAT. Don't apply ink in the forefinger, only for proxy voter. For all voters you can apply in the forefinger, but for proxy voter, in the middle finger you have to apply. Why? Because he is voting for somebody now, so we are applying in the middle finger. He may cast his vote, his own vote in any booth. That time the forefinger will be used by that booth. Then 17C form you have to prepare. One copy you should keep with you, then one copy you should give to agents, and 3 copies to zonal officer. Sometimes the number of copies may vary as instructed by zonal officers. Then don't forget to make declarations 3 times. What are the 3 times? First, before the poll, that is part 1, you have to make declaration. Then at the close of the poll, part 3, you have to make a declaration. After sealing EVM in the evening, that is part 4, you have to make a declaration. Then don't leave the polling materials and EVM under the custody of the police on the previous day. If it is taken away by somebody or tampered, then as a presiding officer you will be responsible. So it should be left under the control of one polling officer, not under the control of anybody. Don't forget to mention the details of visitors in visitor sheet. Don't give any special respect to any VIP or celebrity coming to the booth. Don't forget to get signature of the agents in 5 places. The agent signature should be received. 1 in mock poll certificate, then in 17C, then in 3 declarations of the presiding officers. Don't allow more than one permitted agent per candidate at a time. Don't allow mobile phones for the agents inside the booth, even in switched off condition. Suppose they provide food for you and for other polling officers, and you have to pay for the food provided by the agent so that they may not take any advantage from you. And this is very important. Wish you all the best. Let us join in this mission and do it successfully.